All right, guys. Flex Cement, Continuous Manufacturing Stone Systems. Greg Hensley, nice to see you.
Nice to see you, Nick.
Listen, we've talked before. I see you at the shows a lot, and very excited about what you guys are doing. We just did a training course in Naples, Florida with your product. The guys liked it. It's really cool, and everybody knows where they can go online and check out all that stuff that's happening. Tell us a little bit about some of the next training sessions that are coming up, and elaborate a little bit about some of the new future things that are happening.
Sure. We have a new training coming up this next week in Hallaton, New Jersey. Of course, we're here in San Antonio this week with the Concrete Decor Show. It's going to be at NJV Supply with Maria Costa out of Hallaton. And then the following week after that, we're going to be back at our plant in Picayune, Mississippi, where we manufacture Flex Cement materials, holding a large training in there as well.
That's excellent. Tell me, we were speaking earlier about some of the patterns and things that you guys are doing.
Sure.
We've got. I see here you've got this really awesome display of some of the things that are available through your company. Tell us a little bit about what you have as far as the future in patterns, tools, things of that nature.
Our basic concept behind what we're trying to do for the future is to really expand our stamp line to be able to compete with all cultured stone configurations and a lot of real stone configurations. Some of our latest configurations are as what we have over here. This would be our Eastern Ledgestone configuration that you see here. That's probably our latest model of stamps. And we also have several field stones and random stones. But we know in order for us to really compete with the cultured stone market and make sure that we have something to offer every contractor in the continuous manufacturing realm, we want to make a full line of stamps, bringing our stamp line up into the, mid-40s up towards 50 different stamp styles that we'll be offering people. Not to mention the floor skins and textures that they'll have available for doing overlays too.
That's pretty intense. I mean, that's covering a lot of ground and a lot of stylings.
That's what we're hoping to do. We just know that that's what it's going to take for our contractors to feel very comfortable using our material. When they're limited to just a few different designs, it makes them a little bit more apprehensive sometimes to use the materials in some situations. But if they don't have to really use their own mind and think out of the box as much, and they actually have the configuration already right there for them ready to use, it's a lot easier for them.
Excellent. Listen, you also have a VIP in the house. We're going to go over here to Mark, and Mark is the president or the president? One of the owners of the company. And Greg, I want you to both of these guys here. These are the men behind the curtain. These guys make it happen. Of course, Mark used to be an MMA fighter. He's out of that now. He's decided to make a good living. Keep healthy and strong. Listen, Mark, why don't you tell us a little bit about Flex Cement and tell us what the future is. Where do we want to be?
Well, Flex Cement, we've kind of revamped the company since we took over the company back in 2008. Over the last couple of years, we've had to go through and kind of do some house cleaning and build the company how we felt it needed to be built, with great distributors that allow the contractors throughout the country to go to these distributors and have the product at their fingertips to be able to grow the business right. We feel we're finally at that point. We've picked up some great distributors over the last several months to 6 months, in addition to the ones that we had before, and we're really looking forward to a great future with Flex Cement.
That's awesome. I know things have changed since Yoder & Sons had it, and Flex Cement is one of the pillars in the vertical decorative concrete arena in the first place. So it's very exciting to see the solid strength, the foundations that you guys are building to, for the next 15, 20 years.
Sure.
So,
We spent a lot of time getting our infrastructure in place to be able to grow the business for the future. We have a facility both in Mississippi and in Arizona that we have the capability of bagging 15,000 bags in an 8-hour period in each facility. So we really have spent the last several years developing the infrastructure to support the growth that we feel like we're going to have over the next several years.
One of the most common things I hear from my audience is distribution issues. We hate to pay shipping, it's hard to find this stuff. Tell me a little bit about how Flex Cement's answering that problem.
Well, the answer is finding good distributors across the country that already have the facilities in place, that have the storefront for all of the contractors in that general vicinity to go So we're not dealing with LTL shipments, which that's where the costs come into play. So if our distributors can take truckload quantities and then have the product available to the contractors in the area, that's really what we were shooting for.
Sure. And right now, as a snapshot across the United States, where is your network strong? Or better yet, what areas are you trying to push into?
Well, one of the successes that we've just had, actually he just walked into the booth, is one of our distributors that we just set up in Texas. That's an area of growth that we really want to take advantage of. We have a lot of distributors throughout the southeast, and we're getting up into the northeast as well. We have some great distributors in the west, but we really are going to focus on filling the gap. One of the great distributors that we just brought on in the west coast is PEP. They're a great distributor that has, I believe, 15 locations that we just started working with.
That's great. That's fantastic.
We want to try to fill in the gaps throughout the country.
That's awesome. Thanks, Mark.
Okay.
Appreciate
Thank
it,
you, man.
Greg. Always exciting to see when you guys are getting together, and it's a good time. And maybe later we could talk about that story that happened last night to you, Greg. Remember when we were at that place?
I don't know. Maybe I'll find out what happened to me.
Yeah, we'll write it down and then read about it later.
There you go.
Okay. No, it's good to have fun with you guys. And once again, Vertical Artisans, we like to have a lot of fun. Training is important. It's the pinnacle of what we do. Education, and quality products, and that comes second. So, very excited about what's happening with you guys, and looking forward. I noticed that you guys also endorsed the motor sprayer and the spider lathe. That's a great move right there. These tools and these products are really where our industry needs to go. So thanks a lot, guys. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you, Nathan.